and welcome back to our channel. In today's video, I will be sharing some basic tips you will need to know before coming to New Zealand. My name is Matt and I have been living in New Zealand since 2009. I've been through a lot of visas and lived in a lot of places while working in multiple industries. So first things first, let's talk about visas and immigration processes. New Zealand is one of the toughest countries I know of regarding immigration policies and visas. So make sure that whatever visa you choose is the right one for you. Present all documentation requested, double and triple check all the information provided, and I cannot stress this enough, do not lie on your application. I will leave a link in the description below of the New Zealand Immigration Office official website. But basically you can apply for a visitor's visa, work and holiday visa, student visa, a partnership, work visa, and the list just goes on. If you are from a visa waiver country and planning on traveling less than 3 months, you will need to request a New Zealand Electric Travel Authority or NZETA before you travel. If you are not from a visa waiver country, then you will have to apply for a tourist visa before coming to New Zealand. Keep in mind that the process for all types of visas can take quite a bit of time and money. As for customs, you want to declare everything you bring into the country that has to be declared, or you will be fined. Keep in mind that alcohol and cigarettes are quite expensive and there is a limit on the amount you can bring in. I think, for example, you're only allowed to bring less than 2 liters of alcohol and 1 pack of cigarettes, if I remember properly. And just for you to have an idea, a pack of Marlboro Red 20 cigarettes can cost around 45 New Zealand dollars, that is roughly around 30 US. If you like capturing the beauty of your trips from above, this is the perfect place for it. New Zealand has one of the most beautiful sceneries I have ever encountered, and bringing your drone into the country shouldn't be an issue. However, there are some regulations you need to follow. For more information, I will leave the link in the description below of the official site where you can find more information. The currency used is the New Zealand dollars, and it's advisable to have some local currency for small purchases, though the country is basically cashless, being accepted most types of credit cards, online way of payments like Apple Pay, Google Pay, like almost everywhere. It's also a super safe and very easy country to travel. Of course, one has to take basic precautions, but I have traveled and encountered many other travelers who will even sleep in the cars while traveling, and some will even adapt their vans with beds and even kitchens. And when traveling in New Zealand, you will find a lot of public spots, most likely around the beach areas, with bathrooms, restrooms, showers, barbecue area with gas, all free to use. And sometimes people just stay there for like overnight and then carry on their trips. And it's super safe as well to do that. New Zealand is composed of 2 main islands, the North Island with around 4 million people and the South Island with around roughly 1 million people. Being Wellington its capital, but its most popular and most likely city you will be arriving to will be Auckland. Both cities are in the North Island. Once in the country, you might want to get a SIM card. I would recommend getting one, that's the name of the company, but there are some others you can have a look at. Once you have your SIM card, I would probably order an Uber or take any sort of public transport. If you choose to take a public transport from Auckland Airport, for example, you can ask the help desk where you can get your AT card. Then just load up with the amount of money that you want and you will be able to use it in any public transport, including ferries going to islands like Great Barrier or Waiheke Island from Auckland Harbour. As for accommodation, it's a very simple and straightforward process. You can use the most popular booking apps like Hostelworld, Booking.com, Agoda, Expedia, between others. But if you're looking for a long-term accommodation, I would probably recommend you to go to Marketplace or TradeMe. Either way, make always sure you sign a flatmate or a tenancy agreement. If you hold some sort of work visa, including work and holiday, work permit, etc., you might also want to do the following as soon as you arrive. First, get your IRD number for taxation purposes and open a bank account. Keep in mind that in New Zealand, the employee will deposit your salary and pay your taxes directly to the government. So make sure you have your IRD, as it's a requirement when applying for jobs. And as for banks, I would probably go for either ANZ or Kiwi Bank, but there are quite a few others to choose from as well. It just depends on your needs. I will also leave the IRD and bank links on the description below. My choice of transportation will be by car, but there is just a personal preference as I love driving. Just keep in mind that New Zealand drive on the left side of the road. There are several rental cars agencies available, but I would personally recommend buying a car to travel around the country and just sell it afterwards. The process of buying and selling cars is super simple and straightforward, and it can even be done online. If planning to drive, do not forget to bring your hometown's driver's license, which most likely be accepted, and I will also bring an international driver's license. You can usually apply for it in your country. I would recommend searching for a used car on Trade Me, and I will leave the link on the description below as well. Pick a car that suits you best. The ones you will find from dealerships will be a bit more expensive than particular ones, but at least you know that those cars have been looked after, as by law they have to be responsible for the car up to I think 3 or 6 months after the sale, if I remember properly. So let's say for example that you buy a car from a dealership and the brakes needs to be replaced, and you find out after the sale, you can go back to them and they should provide with new one. Also, regardless of where or how you buy the car, make sure it is compliance with local law, such as having the WOF, Rego current. The WOF is the warrant of business and the Rego is the registration. If you're thinking on the best time to come to New Zealand, I would probably recommend the summer period, between the end of November and the end of March. The rest of the year you might experience a lot of rain, a lot of wind and quite cold temperatures, mostly around the country. As being a nature adventure kind of destination, you might want to have the best weather possible to enjoy to the max your time here. There are some useful apps used that will save you some time when organizing your adventure. I think they must be over here or over here. And some other useful apps to find accommodation, work, or even online shopping. As for getting your groceries, Pack and Save will be your most affordable supermarket option, but you will also find Woolworth and New World among others. As for what to do or where to go, I will leave an itinerary with some of my favorite spots in the country and a roughly cost on USD per day. My personal preference is the North Island. There is more Maori culture to explore and learn from. Some of my favorite spots in the North Island will be Waiheke Island, Coromandel, Taupo, Rotorua. I will probably go all the way up to Kaitaia, to 90 Mile Beach. Bay of Island is also beautiful, and if you are a Lord of the Rings fan, you cannot miss the Hobbiton. And the weather is a little bit less harsh than in the South Island. But said that, the South Island has one of the most beautiful spots in the world, like Apple Tasman, the glaciers, Wanaka, Milford Sound, Queenstown, between others. As a mid-range budget traveler, you can expect to spend around $100 per day between accommodation, food, transportation, and some of the other activities that you may want to do. Depends on your choice and what you want to do. New Zealand can be a little bit of an expensive country. Depending on which part of the country you are, accommodation will be around mid-range. Hotels or Airbnb will be around $100 per day. Food between self-catering and dining out for mid-level restaurants will be around 30 to 50 US dollars. For transportation, it will depend if you take planes or driving or buying a car or renting a car, so that will vary quite a bit. Okay guys, that's all for now. Hope this video was useful, and if you have any other questions you can leave them in the comments below and I will try my best to answer them all. Thanks a lot for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe and follow for more adventures. See you on the next one. Bye for now.